Hello students of class 7. So today I am going to start the next questions of this exercise 9.3. Already I have discussed some of the question in the last lecture. So here I am doing question number 7 and 8. So students, see this question. SP of 10 pencil I have taken rupees X and CP of 11 pencil will also be equal to rupees X. So you can see in question number 7 already it is given that SP of 10 pencil is equal to the CP of 11 pencils. Okay, the cost price and the selling price are same, but the quantity of items is different in both the cases. Okay, in first one it is quantity is given as 10 pencil and in the second quantity is given as 11 pencil. So see, if for 10 pencil SP is given, we can easily find the SP of 1 pencil, that will be rupees X by 10. Okay. Similarly, the CP of 1 pencil will be rupees X by 11. So now we can easily find the profit percentage. So the formula is profit by CP into 100. So in place of profit we can write SP minus CP. So after putting, so we will get this. Now further, if we do simplification in numerator, there is a fraction, so we have to take LCM. So 110 will be the LCM, and then it will be 11 into x, 11x, then it will be minus 10x, the second term. So next in denominator we are having x by 11, so into 100. Okay, so next you can see this will be 1x by 110. And in denominator we are having x by 11. We can write 1x as x also into 100. So you can see after doing simplification, this will become 11 by x into 100. So next see, x will get cancelled. Then 11 1s are 11 and 11 zeros are 0. Next 1 0 will be cancelled out. So finally we got 10. So 10% is the profit percent of this. So students, see the next question in number 8. It is given that there are two radios and they were brought for the same cost. Okay, that means the cost price is same in both the cases. So we have to take the cost price. So we are taking here the cost price as rupees X, which will be same for both the radios. So profit percentage for first radio is given as 12% and SP is not given, but there is a condition given for SP, that is the difference between the two between the selling price of the two radios is 125. Okay, so here we are taking the selling price of the first radio as SP1. Okay, so using this formula, profit percentage formula, we can apply this formula and we will put all the given condition, and next after simplifying, finally we have to find the SP1, that means the selling price of the first radio. And similarly we have to do the case for the second radio also. That means for second radio also we have to find SP2. And next what we have to do? We have to write SP1 minus SP2 is equal to 125 because it is already given in the question. Okay. So student, like this also, like this only, you have to find the SP2. That is the selling price of the second radio. So see, I have done similarly in the second case also. For the second radio I have found SP2. So students, I have done directly because already in first case I have shown how to do the steps. Okay, so see, SP1 was 112x by 100 and here SP2 is 117x by 100. So now what we have to do? We have to write that according to the question, SP1 minus SP2 is equal to 125. So now we have to put the value of SP1 here, that is 117x by 100, and SP2 will be 112x by 100. So next you can easily solve this because denominator is same, LCM will be 100 only. So 117x minus 112x, that will be 125. Okay, so students, please try to write the steps, all the steps I have just written directly. You have to write the steps. Okay, So like that you have to write, therefore CP of the second radio will be also rupees X, because already it is given in the question, and profit percentage is 17, and let the selling price will be SP2 for the second radio. Then we know that this formula, okay. After that you have to put, and you have to simplify, you have to find the SP2. So next you have to put like this. So this will be 5x, 100 will be transposed to that side, so 125 into 100, and then 5 will be transposed to that side, so it will get divided. So finally we will get 2500. Okay, so 2500 is X. What was our X? X was CP. So therefore the cost price of the radio is, you have to write like this, that therefore the cost price of the radio is rupees 2500. So students, the next topic is very important topic and very interesting topic. So the topic is simple interest. Okay, so what is simple interest? Before simple interest, I am going to discuss what is principal. Okay, so principal, this is not the principal that is school principal, this is different. Okay, so this is an amount of money. Sometimes what happens, sometimes somebody is in need of money, then he or she should borrow money from other person, from his friend or any means. He used to take that money, okay, for some time, for some period of time he used to take the money, and after a period of time he had to return that money to that other person. So the money which he or she should borrow from her friend, from a friend, that money is called the principal. Okay. And one more thing is that sometimes we take loan from the bank. Okay, so that loan is also called principal. Okay, so there are many types of principal, you can say. One is, if you want money, if you are in need of money, then you can take money from a friend or a money lender. Money lender means who gives money. Okay, there are some person who give money for some period of time, for some interest. Okay, interest, I will come to that topic, interest. Okay, so for that money is called principal. Okay, principal, that is the principal amount that should be given to a person when he is in need. Okay, similarly, if we want greater amount of money, then what we have to do, we have to take a loan from a bank, then that amount is also called principal. And sometimes we used to deposit money in the bank. Okay, and what will happen if we deposit money in the bank, then the bank will pay interest to us. Okay, so after some period of time we will get our money back, but the amount of interest is added to it. Okay, so that is called the total amount. So there are two things you have to remember. Principal is, you can say, the loan amount which you are going to take, that loan amount is also called principal. Or you can say the money you are taking from your friend or from a money lender. Okay, that amount of money is also called principal. And the money deposited in the bank, that money is also called principal. Okay, deposited in the bank. So these type of amount are called principal. And okay, so now what is amount? So if we deposit money in the bank, then what will happen? Suppose I am depositing ₹1000 in the bank. So if I want to take that amount after some period of time, say 2 months, then what will happen? They will give some interest on that amount of money, because they are taking my money, so they have to pay some amount of money on the money which I deposited. So that amount is called interest. Okay, so that will be added to ₹1000 which I deposited already. So that is called interest. Okay, so that interest is added to the principal. Okay, the principal amount of money. So what will happen? Finally after 2 months, if I go to the bank and then I want the money back, then I have to take out the money. So what will happen to my money? ₹1000 was there deposited, but some interest is added to that amount. So if the interest is added to that amount, then the amount which I will get, that will be greater than the principal amount. Okay, say rupees 10 or rupees 5, it will depend upon the money which I deposited. Okay, that means the amount of interest it depends upon the principal amount of money. Okay, so what happened, the principal and interest, they will be added. Okay, they will be added, and finally I will get the amount. So that is called the amount. That means amount is equal to principal plus interest. So here we are learning principal, interest and amount, and the interest which we have to read here is simple interest. Okay, there are two interests, one is simple interest and the other is compound interest. So first of all you have to read simple interest. So here the definition is given in the book. The principal has to be returned back after a fixed period of time along with an additional sum. I already told you that additional sum is called what? Interest. Okay, so the interest that we are referring here means here we are studying that interest, and that interest is the simple interest, or you can say SI. Okay, so this is called SI. Now there is a time period. What is time period? For a fixed period of time we want to deposit that amount, so that time is called time period. Okay, so the money which we want to, suppose I already given you example that for 2 months I want to deposit the money in the bank, so here the time period will be equal to 2 months. Okay, similarly here the next is rate percent. Okay, rate percent. Rate percent is denoted by R. So what is R? At which the interest is calculated. Okay, it is usually calculated or on per year basis. The interest rate is agreed upon at time taking the loan or depositing money. So here what is rate of interest? I told you that it will depend upon the money. Okay, so when you are depositing the money in the bank, they will give you that this much rate of interest, this much interest will be there, means this much amount of money you will be getting as an interest. Okay, so that depends on the money you will deposit at the bank. Okay, so that is called rate percent. So it is given here, and it is on year basis. Yearly basis means 1 year. Here it is written per annum. Per annum means yearly basis. Okay, yearly basis. So again I am discussing the points. So see, first point was principal. Principal is the amount of money which we want to take as a loan from the bank or from a money lender who gives money. Okay, and next is, or it can be money deposited in the bank, that is called the principal. Interest is the amount which is added for certain period of time. If you want to deposit the money in the bank, then for the certain period of time there is an interest which will be added to the principal amount, that is called the interest amount. Okay, so after adding these two, we will get the amount back after the time period, and that is what? Principal plus interest. Principal plus interest will be our amount. Okay, so next we are studying about simple interest here. So here interest will be what? Simple interest. So under simple interest we have to know the time period. So for how much time we are depositing the money in the bank. And next is rate. Rate will depend upon the money. Okay, if the money is suppose if you are depositing rupees 1000 in the bank, then interest will be less, and if you are depositing suppose 10,000 or 20,000, okay, you are depositing a greater amount, then the rate will be greater. Okay, so this depends upon the money, and this will be calculated on yearly basis. Okay, means per year, on a year basis it should be given, not for monthly, but it is calculated yearly basis. So now we have to read the formula for simple interest. So what is the formula for simple interest? See, so SI is equal to P into R into T by 100. This is the formula for simple interest, and already I discussed amount is equal to principal plus simple interest. So finally we got the money, that will be the amount. Okay, this is the money we deposited, and finally we will get the amount as A, and interest will be added to the principal. Okay, so from this relation, from this equation, we can easily find SI if all the given information will be there in the question. Suppose P, R, T all are given, then we can easily find SI. And if R is given and R is not given, SI, P and T are given, then also we can find the value of R. Similarly, if time period is not given and remaining are given, then we can also find. Okay, so this type of question will come. So now how we get this formula? Just we will observe this how to get this formula. Okay, so in my next lecture I am going to discuss the exercise part. So first of all we will discuss how we will get SI is equal to P into R into T by 100. So for that I am giving you one example, and the example number is 22. So you can see in the book example number 22. So see, first of all, before giving the example, I want to say few points. So first of all, here you have to see the time period is calculated in terms of years. Okay, if it is given in months, you can also convert it into years. Okay, so we will do that part in questions. Rate will be given in percentage. Principal is given in rupees as we are depositing that money or we are lending that money from a money lender. And simple interest, this is also in rupees. It is given, the name is given as interest, but what in terms of rupees it should be given in the question, because this rupees will be added to the principal. Okay, so this is also given in rupees, principal is also given in rupees, rate is in percentage, time is in years. Okay, so now see the example. Principal is given 3000. Suppose you are depositing 3000 in a bank and at the rate of 7% per annum. So in a year you should get 7% as the rate. Okay, that will be the amount of interest. From here only the interest is calculated. And for how much time you want to deposit that money? For the time of 3 years. Okay, so now I want to find SI. If I find SI, then immediately we can find the amount also by adding simple interest to the principal. Okay, so here see, 7% per annum means what? 7% we can write 7 by 100. Okay, per annum means on a year basis, per year means what? 1 year. Okay, so in 1 year, out of 100 rupees, I should get how much? Rupees 7 as the interest amount. Okay, so out of 100 rupees, I should get rupees 7. Okay, so simple interest on rupees 100. Okay, on rupees 100 for 1 year will be how much? This is given as rupees 7. That means in 3000 there are many hundreds. In 3000 there are many hundreds. And in 100 for 1 year I am getting rupees 7. So there are many hundreds now. For many hundreds we can easily find how much interest I should get in 1 year. Okay, so one by one step I will do it. So it is given for rupees 100. We can easily find the amount of money, that is the interest, on rupees 1 for 1 year. So what it will be? So for 100 rupees if it is 7, so for 1 rupees it will decrease. So how much it will decrease? Yes, we have to write rupees 7 by 100. Okay, so now see, for 1, if for 1 we know, then we can easily find for 2, for 3, for 5, for any amount. Okay, for 1000, for 1000, for 3000 also. So SI on rupees 3000 for 1 year will be how much? Yes, this will be rupees 7 by 100 into 3000. Okay. Similarly, simple interest on rupees 3000 for 3 years will be how much? Yes, again you have to multiply, because for 1 year we know, but for 3 years we have to multiply it by 3, or we can do one thing, we can add these things 3 times also. Okay, so this will get multiplied, that means rupees 7 by 100 into 3000 into what? Into 3. Okay, so finally you can see here what we are writing in numerator. This was our rate. Okay, you can see This was our rate. This was our principal, and this was our time. So that means finally we got the formula P into R into T by 100. So why we are writing in denominator 100? Because rate is given in percentage, and it is given in percentage, so we can directly by removing the percentage symbol we can write 100 in denominator. So it is calculated in terms of 100 rupees. Okay, so out of 100 rupees we are getting 7 rupees in 1 year. So for rupees 3000 for 3 years we should get this much amount. So by this observation we came to know that the formula for simple interest should be equal to P into R into T by 100. Okay students, so after finding the SI we can put here and we can add with principal, so that the amount of money which we will get back after 3 years we can easily find that money. Okay students, so please try to go through this video, and I will discuss the exercise question in the next lecture. Okay student, so thank you for today.